Guys, we are excited to give you a 2-year, our second year. Okay, is it our second year in review or our 2 years in review?
It's our second year Nomadversary. We've been on the road for 2 years, as of a couple weeks ago.
Crazy.
And we just wanted to share with you some of our highlights.
Nuggets.
Our highlights of the last year, some nuggets of truth. You guys always have lots of questions about what it's like to really full-time RV.
Well, the question is, could I full-time RV? So, like, that's always the question that a lot of people have. Well, could I do that?
Yes, you can. Let's talk about it.
Yes. So, guys, what I like about the beginning of our anniversaries of our next year is that we get to go places, because that's when we started originally. So, on our first year, we got out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Loaded up the truck and we moved to Beverly, you know, that kind of thing.
We moved everywhere.
Yeah.
It was awesome. If you want to see our first year in review, you can check that video out up here. We'll link it here and I'll put it in the description below as well. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about our second year.
Our second year. And that was a go too, because, you know, it started off a little early.
It started off way earlier than we planned because we were work camping and that job ended. Yeah. Again, check out that video here. But it was awesome because it allowed us to do some extra travel that we weren't planning on. So we went north.
Yeah, we did.
To go south.
Totally. We always do that.
Yeah.
So we got up to Dawson Creek area. We got onto the Alaska Highway beginning, and that's where we ended
we got
on the Alaska
mile
Highway.
Zero, and that was it.
Mile zero, that was good. And we saw the Northern Lights. We saw the glaciers of Jasper.
Yes.
We saw the parkway, the Icefield Parkway.
Gorgeous. We got to meet family. We did some family visiting back then. That was awesome. That's one of the benefits of full-time RV life, is you get to go visit your loved ones, which is fantastic. And
then we headed all the way south. We got snowed in Calgary, obviously, and then we left a little late and got to Utah.
We did. Utah is gorgeous, you guys. It's beautiful. We
We're
went
going
to
back.
see Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park. We did a secret hike, which was really cool. Beautiful hike ever.
Most beautiful hike. And one of our subscribers just contacted us and said if it wasn't for our video about the secret hike, they wouldn't have found it, but they did, and it was one of their best highlights of the year.
Fantastic. We also got to meet some friends when we were in Salt Lake City.
We sure did.
That was fantastic, meeting Ken and Julie and their 3-legged dog named Captain Jack. And it was just so much fun to meet them and to go traveling. You know, everybody we meet that is the heart and soul of who we are as people and who we are as Living Light RV, as our YouTube channel. We are always so blessed to have this opportunity to share our life with you guys so that we can meet you. That's like the biggest reason we do it.
And stay in touch.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because we stay in touch with those guys all the time. Okay, then we got down to Las Vegas, where we found our fortune. No, we were there for
no fortune.
1 day. It was hot. It was awesome. We got all of our laundry done.
Oh, that's funny. So that was a
24
funny
hours.
thing. We actually calculated it out. And in season 2, at that time, we did 72 days without full hookups. So sometimes we had power, sometimes we had water. We would do sewer dumps, but we never actually had full hookups for 72 whole days.
In a row.
We did it in a row.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
We survived.
But yeah, so when we got to Vegas, we had full hookups. We did a ton of laundry. We sat in the hot tub, pool, showers.
Did we see friends that day?
The whole night.
Or that was the next time?
No. Maybe it was the next time. It was the next time.
Yes.
Because we were only there for that 1 day.
That's right. And it was awesome. And then we got to Kingman, and we...
Oh, wait. Something happened between Vegas and Kingman.
No, on the way to Vegas.
On the way to Vegas.
Yeah, we lost a front tire.
Okay, that was terrifying. We just lost... We blew a tire somewhere. Yep. Front tire is gone. It's on fire. Can't get the extinguisher. Okay. Hurry up!
I got it. Where?
Right there. Okay, check the other side. Okay, this side we're okay.
Okay.
That was scary.
Like we lost it. It was gone. Like, well, the rim was there, the rubber was there, and the fire was there.
Crazy.
We'll move on.
Check it out. But I do want to just pause here for a second and reflect on something, we wanted to give you guys a few nuggets for if you're planning on going full-time RV life, or if you already are in, or you just started. One of the things that you do realize is things will happen on the road. So you can't just say, you know, it's going to be this dream life where nothing bad is ever going to happen. And I know you know that in your head, but we just want to remind you that bad things can and will happen.
We've talked to some of you guys who said, hey, my RV just came out of the shop, so everything's perfect.
Right?
And then the next week was horrible.
So you need to be flexible. You need to learn to roll with it. You need a support system.
Yes.
You need people to help you get through those hard times.
Which we did.
A little bit of finances in the bank always helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things in RV life. You can expect the unexpected. All right, so then we went to Kingman.
We got to Kingman. We saw a ton of good things in Kingman. It's Route 66.
Oh, we love Route 66.
We fell in love with Route 66 all over again.
We did. It is an amazing thing when we went there to realize that the history and and origin behind Route 66 came out of a time of poverty, of desperation,
of change
for people. They're looking for a better life, and that resonated with our hearts, because that's really why we started RV living, was somewhat out of desperation, somewhat out of a poverty situation, and we are just looking for a change and for
to make
a better
the best
life.
Of it.
Yeah.
And that interstate world that started to grow in the 50s out of North America to build the interstates to interconnect everybody better had its losses. Route 66 was one of them.
Yeah.
So anyways, we fell in love with that, as we said. We also like that Disney's involved with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And
who doesn't like,
Lightning
McQueen and
as we're
Mater.
walking up Kingman on the road, this one guy said, who Lisa was
local.
Careful. I said, hey, we just came from the museum. He says, oh, I've always wanted to go to the museum, but I'm going to go to the air show. And I said, air show? Tell me more about that. He says, oh, it's free, and guess where it is?
Kingman Airport.
At the airport.
We didn't see any brochures.
No,
we didn't
nothing.
see any information on it except for this guy. So we
went. The
went.
second annual air show, Kingman, and all of a sudden we were there. So where did we stay overnight?
At the airport.
At the airport.
We just boondocked out there.
We just pulled in,
if somebody
stayed
kicks
there,
us out, we'll leave, but nobody said anything, so it was great.
That's right. The movie stars are here.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be in my trailer.
Kid loves that line. All right, so the air show was amazing. Where did we go after Kingman? Because I have no idea. I can't remember.
We drove up Route 66.
Okay.
We went all the way to see Angel's Place.
Yeah.
And then we went to Williams.
Yes, we did go to Williams, which is on Route 66.
And I might be getting this all wrong.
We're just spitballing.
Yeah.
We had a great year.
We had an awesome year.
I remember what we did.
So, okay, the highlights of the year is we got to the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon was gorgeous. And we got to meet Garrett and Carolyn and the kids from Diary of a Family at the Grand Canyon. Unfortunately, we all got sick.
Yeah.
Really, really sick. Kent and I had the worst stomach flu
horrible.
we've had in decades. So there we were at the Grand Canyon, and we saw it for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe half an hour. We did go for a little walk with Garrett and Timmy. It was awesome. But then we ended up spending, I think it was 3 nights in the parking lot at the Grand Canyon.
The bus parking lot.
Just being sick.
We couldn't move.
We couldn't. We
it was
were so
like,
sick.
Don't ask me to move. I'm not moving. I can't.
But
Sorry.
I'll tell you, something happened in my psyche, I guess, after we were sick and we started recovering. All of a sudden I went, that's when it clicked for me. This is our real life. This is no longer just a vacation, or it's no longer just sort of, a big adventure, exciting thing we're doing. This is actually our life, because when you're really sick, all you want to do is go home. And I remember thinking, I just want to go home. And I'm like, wait a minute, I am home. This is it. So that was actually a very solidifying moment for me, because then I realized it's okay. I can do this life. And so that's kind of, I think, for me, I don't know if you felt the same way, but for me, it was like, we're going to do full-time RV living probably for the next 20 years. And I'm good with it.
I know what I felt. I don't want to share that with anybody.
So that was our Grand Canyon experience that time.
Yeah.
Then what?
Well, in that year, we also got to Palm Desert again, had a wonderful experience at the Thousand Trails there, and we met people, and we met more people, and we met even more people.
So
it was
many of
incredible.
you guys. It was fabulous meeting you. And we can't mention everybody by name
No.
because we will start missing people and we don't want anyone to feel
Like,
left out.
We met so many people that we've stayed in touch with that have enjoyed and shared with us at a deep level. It's been great. It's been grand. It's been rich.
So yeah, if you're thinking about this lifestyle, there is friendship, there is community out here, and it's very welcoming. We want you in. We want you as part of it.
Black widow spiders.
Yeah, that was the only thing about Palm Desert 1000 Trails, the site we were at. We saw 4 black widow spiders in the course of one day, and I was freaked out. But new friends we had met, Jenny and Craig, came over with their insecticide spray, and they saved the day. Thanks you guys so much. So
Again,
we just sprayed
friends.
everything, and then we didn't see any spiders after that, so that was good. But anyway, would I go back?
Friends-
That is Kent's favorite campground.
Friends share poison with friends.
That's right.
That's right.
Anyway, it's Kent's favorite campground, and for me, I'm like, I don't like the spiders.
But then again, people go to Canada and go, I don't like the bears.
The bears, exactly. And we have spiders in our rig, so they're just not dangerous like the black widows.
And none of
Anyway.
those were inside our rig. So
No,
we're
they
good.
weren't. That's true. Good point. Okay.
Excellent. So we also got to meet up with some patrons.
Yes.
In,
yes, we did
Phoenix.
in Phoenix, Arizona. That was
was
fantastic.
awesome.
Yes. Yeah, that was really great. Meeting with our patrons is an extra special treat because patrons are part of the engine that drives Living Light RV. So if you want to know more about that, you can head over to patreon.com/livinglightrv and find out why
More.
Kent and I are currently in a 2-week quarantine. Mandatory quarantine right now. The campground is empty. This is where we are. If you want to know why, you can go check out our Patreon page. But moving on.
Oh, no, not moving on, because that whole series is going to unload in November, so you'll all see it. So
You
we're
will,
good.
yeah, it'll come to YouTube in a few weeks, but if you want to see it sort of as
behind
it happened,
the scenes, patron.
Patrons,
Okay,
there you go. All right,
so we
Patreon.
also were in Arizona up at the far northeast and got to Page.
Oh no, before that we went to Quartzsite. So we did Phoenix and then Saddle Mountain and then Quartzsite.
No.
Oh man, I'm so confused.
Because
No, because Anna was out for Christmas.
Anna was out for Christmas and New Year's, and then we went to Quartzsite.
Oh, I'm
Duh.
so
Okay.
confused.
Like, of course. I know, it always is. It's like, that's why we document it.
We should have written this down. Anyway.
So we got to Page, Arizona. We got to go into Antelope Canyon. We got to go on some hikes onto the Utah side of
with our daughter Anna.
With our daughter
Her
Anna,
and her dog,
yes.
they drove down. We got to have Christmas with them.
Anna
so
drove.
that was the dog didn't drive. That was Cottonwood that we stayed in.
Yes.
We did Jerome. We did that whole.
We boondocked.
What's that town called? Sedona. Beautiful.
Yes, beautiful.
And then we went up to Page. Anyway, the timeline doesn't matter. What matters is that we had a great time and a great season. And celebrated Christmas with Anna.
It was
we
excellent.
got to meet more of you guys.
Yes.
While we were at Cottonwood, which was great.
Is that Ken and Lisa? Go see if they have an Alberta plate. Oh, they do. It's them.
Greg and Shelly were sitting there watching one of our YouTube videos. They just looked up and they saw Kent walk by and went, I think that's the same guy we just saw on the video. It was awesome. Anyway, awesome, great people to meet. So,
And some other friends pulled in too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Grandma Catherine and Charles, they
Oh,
pulled in too. It was
just excellent.
awesome.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah. Awesome. Page, Arizona is gorgeous, you
Yes.
guys. It's a beautiful place. There's a really cute little boondocking location just past the dam up there.
Which means it's in Utah, right? If it's over the river?
No, it's still in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, gorgeous time. We'll show you guys some
Excellent.
B-roll on that. It was a beautiful
Fantastic.
place. Then
We headed all the way south through.
Then we said goodbye to Anna.
Yeah.
She continued north, and then we went back south
all the way to Phoenix.
to Phoenix and to Saddle Mountain. And we boondocked for probably 10 days or so. It was beautiful out there, except for the flies.
Yes, that's the only thing that I'm like, oh, okay.
So just so you know, Full-Time RV Living does have inconveniences.
Yes.
It is a fun life. It is exciting, but there are things that are kind of icky, and flies in your rig are icky.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah. Then we went
But
on
it was an awesome time hanging out with friends. And we met a few other people too, friends of friends.
Quartzsite.
Then we went to Quartzsite.
Yes.
Quartzsite was incredible this year. This
It
was our
was
second
incredible.
time in Quartzite. But
So we'd already met all these people, and then we pulled into Quartzsite, and it was like,
our hearts were
This is
so
nuts.
full. It was amazing. Pulling into Quartzsite was amazing because there were so many YouTubers there that we recognized from their channels that
Yes.
we've been watching. And when we pulled in, I literally like jumped out of the rig, gave everybody hugs, and it felt like family
Yeah, it
because
did.
they knew us from our channel, we knew them from their channel, and there's just this bond and this connection.
And a level of care.
Yeah, and even non-YouTubers, you get to know them really quickly, and you just go, you know what, we are friends. We have common ground.
Yep.
We have common dreams and goals and experiences that we can share around the campfire, and we did share a lot around the campfire.
Yeah, we did. It was awesome. It was good times. We shared a lot of tales. We shared a lot of tips, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a good time to let you know about Q21, the family reunion, Quartzsite, Arizona, January 16th to 24th. Be there or be square. And you can check out more information on our website, livinglrv.com.
That's a conglomerate.
Q21.
It's not just us putting this on.
No.
It's a lot of people putting it on, but it's on our webpage.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely go check that out. If you want to volunteer, help out, if you want to share your knowledge, if you have a special area of expertise, you can go ahead and do a workshop, plan a potluck dinner. It is going to be fabulous, and there's room for everybody at Quartzsite. It's huge. So
and the big cost.
And just so you know, we do realize that we have to have it a little bit different this year because of COVID. So we will be making it good for everybody. So
that was all pre-COVID, and then we started to drive all the way up the coast. We went through Death Valley. It was awesome.
It's hot, awesome, and steep. Very, very,
very steep both ways. Oh my goodness! Stayed at a deserted campground, one that had been reclaimed. All the concrete pads are still there.
Reclaimed by nature.
Yeah. So they just took everything out, and 20, 30 years later, there's still concrete pads and places for you to park. So we got through Death Valley unscathed.
We didn't stay in Death Valley. We stayed at that deserted campground, then we kind of just drove all the way through.
Yeah.
And then we ended up
being blown off the road.
It was the worst windstorm we've ever experienced.
Yeah. Lisa looked at me and said, "You've had worse, right?" And I'm like, No.
This is the bad.
This is actually the worst I've ever had.
And the wind was hitting Bessie on the side as Kent was trying to drive, and it was just awful. So.
Hold on to your hats. Let's go.
Alrighty, let's do this thing. Awful. So we cut our plans short that day. We just got to the nearest town, and we found a place to shelter, which kind of the building blocked the wind. We literally pulled into a parking spot that's built for a car. We just pulled right in because that's where the building was going to shelter.
And everything was crashing and being
I was scared.
Just ripped apart.
I just had visions of the motorhome.
It felt like it was ripped apart, but it was just like debris was going everywhere. It was crazy.
It was awful.
And then we woke up the next morning and everything was still blowing, but fine.
But it was okay. So we continued that. That was in Bishop? Is that the name of the town?
No, I'll tell you. When I know, I'll let you know.
We'll put it on the screen where it was.
Yeah, and then we got headed north and blazed a trail for the coast. And we had to go through Eugene, Oregon, and we went through Nevada a little bit more, and we made it.
We went to a cave.
Oh, yes, we did.
That was creepy.
A lava tube cave.
Lava tube cave, and it was in the winter time, so there was nobody around. They could see animal tracks in the snow. And I was a little freaked out, I have to say, because as we were walking down into the cave, I'm like, wait a minute. This is where cougars and scary animals hide for the winter. It's where they hibernate. Or
the 17 eyeball creature. Yeah, whatever.
It was scary.
Anyways.
I'm not a spelunker at heart, okay?
There you go.
Just don't love that. But it was still cool to explore.
So once we finished that, we got to the coast.
Yes, and we love the Oregon coast. There's something amazing.
We didn't have a lot of time to spend on the coast, but we did get up to Seaside, Oregon.
Yes, we did.
And
we spent a little bit of time
hung out
there. Yeah, we met with Mike and Sue there, which was awesome.
Yes.
And we had a little meetup in Seaside, actually, with a few other people as well. And some people who couldn't make it because they just weren't feeling well. They had the flu that day as well. So it was sad. It's sad when we can't meet up with people.
It doesn't work sometimes.
But this is also something I wanted to mention about RV life, if you're thinking about it or you're just getting started, is you do get really good at two things. You get really good at making fast friends because you just don't know how long you have together, and it's probably not going to be very long, and so you just quickly make friends, and then you get really good at saying goodbye, which is awful, but we have learned to say it's not goodbye, it's just see you soon or see you later, because we're always traveling, we're probably going to bump into people again.
We also start getting better at staying in touch in other ways.
Yeah, for sure. Staying in touch through
we
email
can bridge
and
those times when we're together.
Messengers and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, we got to wrap this up.
Okay, so we also met up with another couple in Washington and got up to the border and made it across that border.
Can I just say too, meeting up with some of these people, we've been able to stay at their house. We've been driveway surfing with them, and that gives us even that deeper level of friendship and relationship, and we really, really value that.
Because it's so much more on a personal level.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So then we got to the border.
Yep.
And we went to Abbotsford.
Yeah, and we hunkered down in the lower mainland.
Yeah.
Where it's a little bit warmer and
with family
summer
again.
and spring. Spring happens earlier there.
Got to spend time with the nieces.
And as soon as the day, and we hung out for a while, and we had puppies. Well, they had puppies.
They had puppies.
Yeah, we didn't have puppies. We just helped. We were support puppies. Puppies.
And a new cow.
Yeah. And then also goats. But anyways.
It was so much fun to hang out with family, just be on the farm for a little while. It was fantastic.
Then we got the call. Your job for the summer has now opened up and time to come in.
Yeah, exactly.
So we drove all the way through to Alberta.
Drumheller.
Yes.
That's where we've been for the summer. We've been work camping. I have been, and again, coming into Alberta, this is our home province.
Yep.
So it's fantastic because we've got family and friends, but it was weird because of COVID. There are so many friends here that we haven't seen now for a year.
That's
over
true.
a year. And
because it's an hour and a half from Calgary, so it's not like they can just walk over.
And the campground had a no visitors rule.
For a long time, if not
it's
most of it.
Yeah, so it was kind of a weird year. We did get to see our family, our kids and stuff, which was fantastic.
Most YouTubers most subscribers that know us, they said, hey, can we meet up with you? And they actually booked into the campground.
So we were able to meet with a lot of people that way just because they were already campers. So that was awesome. Every one of you that we got to meet this summer, thank you for making the effort to come and visit us and hang out. It was so good to meet you and hang out.
The most special things about year 2?
What's that?
We know what we need.
Oh, what do we
need? We
need?
know what we don't need.
Okay.
So we know we needed solar.
Yep.
So we made sure that we had that, and I'm actually increasing that. We know we needed new coach batteries, so that the rig was taken care of. We know that we needed new tires.
Kent did a little series this summer on the thing, like, what is this and do I need it? So you can check out some of those videos. I don't think I finished it, but
we'll figure it out. I could work on it for the next 12 years.
I think it's sort of an open project where you just keep adding things to it as things come up.
It'll look different. I'll probably have more hair next time I do that.
Anyway, so with our work camping, I was housekeeping, which wasn't originally the plan. Kent and I were supposed to be activities directors, but of course all the activities got canceled this year. So I ended up housekeeping. Kent ended up doing
grounds,
grounds, and that kind of stuff. Yep. So we worked our tails off, put a little bit of money in the bank, and then we finished our work camping jobs at the end of September, which ended our second year.
Yes.
So we're done. We did it.
Wow! It was awesome. We're into year 3.
Yes, we've started year 3.
Year 3. Seriously.
Season 4 is now over.
Yes.
Season 5 will be starting, right? Are we right?
Well, we're going to put a mini series in the middle.
Okay, so season 4 is over. Bye, season 4.
Bye.
Season
there might be
5.
a couple more episodes that don't quite fit into a season 4 or 5, but then we're going to launch season 5 after we throw in a middle.
Season 4 is not over yet then.
Anyway,
you guys, that was our year. That was our second year as RV Nomads.
Was it good?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Even with COVID, it was a really cool year. It's different, but it was awesome. So we're looking forward to the next 20 or 17 or 18 or however many years we make it. 23, maybe 30, who knows?
It was surrounded by friends.
Yeah.
We were so
I think
loved.
if we had to pick a word for year 2, it would be friendship.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Imagine
Let's
that.
do it again. Let's start into year 3. You guys take care. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We had so much fun just remembering the places we've gone, the people we've seen, the experiences we've had.
Oh my.
One of the best things about YouTube is that it is a way for us to document our journey.
Yes.
And obviously share it with you guys.
Those are huge.
So thank you so much for watching, you guys. My name is Lisa.
And my name is Kent, Living Light RV.
We are grabbing life by the tail. You guys go grab your life by the tail, and we'll see you next Thursday.